Oh, I can tell this one's going to be very unpopular, but I do not care. Right, here we go. YouTubers that I watch, or I watched for a long time, I've really enjoyed a lot of their content until recently. And it just seems to me like, and stay with me here because I will explain it. These YouTubers, the content has gone like this, the quality of the content has dropped because of the massive influence that the partner, wife or girlfriend or whatever has had upon their business. Now, the obvious ones are. Oh, yeah, sorry. The obvious ones are Linus Tech Tips. It's fucking ridiculous some of the stuff that's going on over there. Now, I've watched that guy for absolute years, near to a decade. Bought loads of merch off him, the overpriced stuff as well, just because I like Linus. I think his business is cool. But he's made a terrible error in judgment. What he has done is he has employed his wife as the company accountant. And she basically deals with like all the financial stuff, marketing, the shop, warranties for products, advertising and revenue policy as well. So stuff that sounds bollocks and boring on the surface of things, but things that have a real impact on the experience we have as users or members or just customers or fans or whatever you want to call it. Okay, we are impacted by this. So, and it's got to the stage with Linus where she's suggesting that he rename his company to not have his name in it for the benefit of the company. It's like, fuck off, Yvonne. Come on, we know that the reason you don't want it to be called Linus Tech Tips is because you would want it to be called Yvonne Tech Tips. But you know that none of the fans or the audience members are really that bothered about you. And that's because you don't add anything to the content, Yvonne. So, well, I suppose Yvonne hasn't directly said anything to me, but it seems like every time I make a comment about this, I get shat on for being a misogynist. That's my favourite one, when it's nothing to do with that. Or they say, what do I know? Who am I to... it's just... People just say fuck off to your opinion when they don't like it. Which is fine, but I just think, come on guys, be reasonable. I've watched this guy for near to 10 years, and 8.5 years of that has been perfection. As soon as Yvonne starts getting involved and getting her claws in, you can tell. I've watched this guy for nearly 10 years. 8.5 years when it was Linus. So I know exactly what Linus sounds like, what he does, his little quirks, his sense of humour. And I know what's not Linus. So I'm assuming it's Yvonne, because it's like he started to... Not him, the LTT as a company has started to money grub. And I really resent that. Like I say, I've been a fan and a customer of theirs a long time. I've spent a lot of money on that website, not just on merch, on, computer parts through their reviews or their recommendations and stuff like that. So for 8.5 years, I've really trusted this guy. And I just feel like he's letting himself down recently because Yvonne's little fingertips are on everything now. So he's coming out with these stupid comments, and even his presentation style when he's making a video is completely changed. And I can just tell that it's Yvonne's influence, because the changes are... Well, I can't... The world we live in. I can't really describe this to you because this video will be taken down. But, I mean, just watch some of his older content and then watch some of the newer content if you're that way inclined, or if you're a fan of his already, and just think about it. Like, you will agree with me when you watch the old stuff and the new stuff side by side. It's quite clear where this bad influence is coming from. And you can see that it's put pressure on the company and on Linus. He's looking a bit more stressed these days. She's completely restyled him so he looks more palatable to her. Stuff that he wouldn't have done. He's got like a chopped fringe mullet kind of haircut now and a hat on top of it, so that's all her doing. I can't imagine he would have done that in the past. He never ever used to be a trendy guy, like a trendy guy, or use that as a deplorable insult in Britain. If you're a trendy, it means all you care about is what's trending currently and you have no substance. You're a shallow person and all you care about is clicks and wolf whistles and that kind of thing. So he never used to be like that at all. And nowadays he's just like, there's no Linus left in there. It's just Yvonne. And I resent that. I mean, I've never met Yvonne, but I resent Yvonne for that, because I can tell The content sections that feature her are just boring. Like, I've given them a chance, I've given her years to try and come across not boring or nice or something like that, but I just, every time she turns up in a video, I'm like, oh my god, I'm paying for nothing now because I'm not going to watch this video, because I just know from the last 4 that I watched it's just going to be a waste of my time. So that's Linus Tech Tips. There's tons of other ones. There's loads of other guys who do this. I mean, another good one is, do you know what? I'm going to end the video here. We're coming up to 6 minutes, but yeah, that's my complaint, I think. Even though it doesn't seem popular on the surface, I can guarantee myself that there's going to be thousands of people out there who do agree. So, does that sound like something you have suffered with your memberships? Or maybe you don't pay any of your guys anyway, so you don't really care, you just move on to new ones. But the YouTubers that I've been watching for years, I've donated a lot of money to, or I've membershiped and I've given them money that way. I've certainly bought the merch off them. So I expect better, especially from Linus. I mean, come on, Linus, you're like the most popular one with the most clicks and the most everything. You have the most actual influence, and you're like surrendering it to someone who's got no idea about your business. Yvonne, she's got an idea about accounts. Yes, she knows how to count money here and put it over there, or pinch a bit of money here and shove it back over there. That's what you pay her for. But what you don't pay her for is all the other shit that she's doing, i.e. she's re-sculpted you. She's re-sculpted your whole look, your whole personality, the words you're allowed to say, everything, so that it's more palatable to her and her friends. And that's fine. But what you'll find, Linus, is people like me who've been with you since the beginning, who are giving you, you know, we look over your mistakes because we're fans. We're not going to do that anymore because I'm looking over mistakes which I know for a fucking fact you would not make. So who's making those mistakes, Linus? It's not you, I know it isn't. Anyway, so we're at 7 minutes now, so that's going to be my video. It isn't just Linus Tech Tips, there's tons of others, but I'm not going to go into that here. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to do about this problem, fans and audience members who are experiencing this, especially in the current climate. So yeah, think about that. I will too. Have a good day, and hopefully it will solve itself.